Hey, good morning, friends. It's Julie Hamilton with Life Builders, bringing you simple tips to build a strong and healthy life on. How's your week so far here in Napa? You know, we've had a little bit of a rough weekend, and so I think a lot of people are still dealing with that. It's first days back now to work around the valley, and so it will be interesting to see how it plays out. But for those of you who aren't here, I hope you're having a fantastic week. Good morning, good to see you guys. If you're on, say hi so I can see who's here. Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about a moment that I had a couple weeks back. I didn't put it on social media because I didn't want anybody to worry. I didn't want to have to explain it all. But, you know, I ended up, I was having these kind of weird headaches, and I ended up going to the doctor. And it was about lunchtime. And so, you know, I'm telling her about this, and, you know, all of a sudden she's like, okay, you are going to the ER for a CT scan right now, right? You're an ER for a CT scan. So I was like, okay, you know, and she said, you know, I said, well, I'm like super hungry and my blood sugar is really low, so can I just like run by Wendy's or Chipotle or something, get something to eat and then go to the ER? And she said, no, you're going right now. She called the ER, and when I walked in the ER, I didn't have to wait or anything, and they just called me right back. Okay, by this point, you're starting to get a little unnerved because that never happens. You have to wait, you know, in the ER forever. And, you know, so I go back to the room, and what they were thinking is they were thinking that I had either a brain bleed or an aneurysm. And so we take it super seriously in my family because my biological grandma died at 36 from something that went wrong in a brain surgery. And my sisters also had to have a tumor out. So when we're facing something with that, you know, I want to take it seriously because I am serious about it. And so I'm sitting there in the ER going to the CAT scan or CT scan. You know, never done it before. God was with me, and I was awesome because it's just like I could just feel that presence with me. It was so cool. So, but you know, I'm there all alone. I haven't got a chance to go home and talk to Damien. Damien's at home with Livy. I haven't got a chance to talk with Livy. Miranda is not there. So I'm sitting in the ER by myself, waiting for the results of this CT scan to find out, do I have a brain bleed? Do I have an aneurysm? Do I need surgery? You know, and that's when in life, that's when those things hit you, and those questions hit you. You know, if I had to have brain surgery today, and this is what I'm thinking, if I have to have brain surgery today and I could never speak again, have I said everything that I wanted to say to my family? If I have to have brain surgery and I become paralyzed, something goes wrong, let's say, God forbid, have I done everything that I needed to do? Have I accomplished my purpose? I can tell I'm a little emotional about it, but have I accomplished my purpose that I was put here on the earth for? And am I satisfied with what I've given? Am I satisfied with what I've done? Because if that's the end, or if that's something that changes my life drastically, and I don't get a chance to do it again, am I going to be okay with that? You know, and those are the moments where you ask those questions of yourself. When we're waiting on a life-changing diagnosis, you're waiting on a moment where everything could change. And we don't have tomorrow guaranteed. And, you know, as you guys know, with the hostage situation that went on, those ladies, they went to work that day thinking they were going to a party. And their spouses went to work thinking they were going to a party. And the next day isn't guaranteed. And so thankfully on the CT scan, everything came back fine. I just want to let you know, don't worry. It's all okay. It was good. It showed my brain's good and my vessels are good. But it still was a life-altering moment at that moment where you have to consider, is everything I've done up to this point what I'm supposed to do? Am I content? If I never get to do anything else, have I reached my purpose? And it's something that we all have to consider. I think that there's a huge, you know, fear of people nowadays, especially with, you know, the shootings going on and stuff. And I think here in Napa with this going on, I think people are scared about going to public places, going to the movies, doing this and doing that. And here's what I tell my children, because, as we said, tomorrow's not guaranteed, but here's what I tell my kids. The Bible says, don't fear the one that can harm the body, but fear the one that can destroy your soul. And the best insurance we have when we're in those places is to know that we're going to heaven, to know that if something happened to me today, I'm done with my life. Now, when I was a teenager and I was living like crap and making bad decisions and I knew it, and my life was not good, Would I have been content to do that back then because I knew my life wasn't right with God? No, I would have been scared to death. And a lot of times I was scared to death. Oh my gosh, what if something happens to me? I know I'm not right with God. I know I'm not going to the right place. And, but now it's like I have that peace, because what Jesus did when he came back from the dead was he showed us that love is stronger than death. And I just want to put that out there today and say that love is stronger than death. And so when you are in a position and, like these ladies, and they lost their lives, but love is stronger than death. If you are right with God, then you don't have to be afraid of going out there, because when you go to heaven, it's just like a graduation. You're transforming your form. It's not the end. You're going into another form. And so what I do every day is I wake up, and I've been doing this for, I think I heard it back in May or something. What I do, I wake up every day, I watch the sunrise. And I say, God, I know that I'm a citizen of heaven already, but thank you for giving me another day on this earth to do what I need to do the good works that I need to do. Help me to do every good work that you plan for me to do. So I just encourage you with that. Don't be afraid of who can harm the body, but keep your soul right, keep your spirit right with God. And when you know that you're going to heaven, then you won't have to be afraid anymore. You won't have to fear what would happen if I die. Of course, I don't want to die. Of course, we don't want to do that. But just know that it's going to be okay, and live your life as if every moment is the last moment you have. Every day, you could get a car accident. You could have a heart attack. I don't know. I'm not saying that over you, but I'm just saying you never know. And so live your life in such a way that if it was your last day on earth, that you would be pleased with what you've done. You would be happy with what you've communicated to your children. You'll be happy with what you've taught them, with the legacy that you've left them. And that's part of the reason I do these videos, and part of the reason I could sit in the ER and be okay with if that was my last day on earth. Part of the reason I could sit there is because I know that with all of these videos, my children know my heart, and they know what I would say to them if I was there. And so, that's even something you might consider, just leaving messages and leaving parts of you recorded, whether it's in a journal, whether it's in a video journal, whether it's in a diary or whatever it is, leaving something of you so that you are leaving your legacy behind, and you are able to communicate, this is what's important about life, and that when you pass on, the people behind you will be able to read your life. Your life is a letter, and people behind you need to be able to read your life and know what's important. And so I hope that encourages somebody out there today. I'm just praying for our community, praying for the first responders. I was talking to one of them last night, and as devastating as it is, the 3 ladies that passed away, 4, including the guy, and the baby, 5, as devastating as it is, I didn't understand that it actually could have been so much worse, except for one brave person. I can't go into it, but one brave person that ran in there minutes after that eliminated so much of the bad things that could have happened, and he kept it limited to those 3 people. And not that we would want those 3 people to pass away at all, but there are some amazing good things coming out of this. There's opportunities for healing, opportunities for praying for people, reaching out to people. And so my mom said, love you, sweetie. 0 more days till I see you. Tomorrow, Mom, I get to see you tomorrow. I'm going to see my mom and dad tomorrow. I'm happy. I'm so excited. So anyway, I hope that leaves you with some thoughts for today. live your life like today is your last day. Be grateful for another day on the earth. I used to try to just claw my way through every day like, oh my gosh, I hope I make it. Now I'm like, I'm so thankful for this day I have on earth, because my eternity is guaranteed. So anyway, I love you all and have a blessed day. Thank you. And Lorraine, I saw what you said. You said build a legacy for the future generations. Thank you, Sonia. I'm happy I'm okay too. And thank you, Diana, too. I love you all. Good morning, Bonnie. Have a great week. And I'm going to Texas, y'all. So I'm out. Hopefully I'll get my mom into an interview. Thank you for this today. I really needed to hear this. Sonia, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. All right. May your minds be fierce, your heart strong, and your spirit kind today. Love you all. Bye.